Thank you for staying with us. This is Journalist Hangout on Sunday. Another feud is brewing between residents of the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, Abuja, and the authorities. This time, some concessionaires of the FCT park and pay policy have kicked against their exclusion from the reintroduction of the policy in the country's capital. In a petition to President Bola Tinubu, they described their exclusion from the policy as an act of injustice. Let's share the story by TVC News' Helen Osamede Ekins with you.
Park and Pay is a policy which imposes fees on motorists for parking their vehicles in specific locations or streets within the FCT metropolis. The policy was suspended in 2014 after a High Court judgment stopped the FCTA from collecting fees from residents. The court ruled that the policy was not backed by law. 9 years down the line, the FCT authority has reintroduced the policy after doing what it calls the due diligence recommended by the courts. But the mode of introduction of the policy is being contested by some of the previous concessionaires who says they were the pioneers of the projects.
FCT gave us a letter suspending the 4 companies. And in the letter of suspension, they clearly say that they are abiding by the law, by the court judgment, that we should be patient, they will do all necessary legal procedures, and we will be invited back to come and continue our project. So by 2020, they still invited us. They want us to come and do the parking again. They've done the regulation, they've done everything. I said, okay, we're ready. Suddenly, we now on Friday, on 4th of August, we saw around 7 in the evening, somebody brought to my notice that they've signed an agreement with the 2 of the company, that's ATB and Najek, without us. So what kind of injustice is that? And why will they not learn? This is the same thing you did in 2016, that accumulated to government paying 2-point-something billion damages. This damage has been 2.4 billion, has not been paid up to now. And you are still going ahead with the same kind of one. So that's why we said, okay, this thing is beyond the civil servants. Their own is their selfishness. These people are about to retire in few days' times. The director, the permanent secretary, everybody is about to go. So they want to fix themselves.
The feud cheated and have petitioned the president for intervention. They are demanding to be given the right of first refusal in the reintroduction of the policy and that the 2016 court judgment, which demanded that they be compensated, should be obeyed.
So we're appealing to the president. He's a listening president. Everybody have seen his body language, what he has been doing since he came in. He listens to the public. We're appealing to him to let him intervene, look into this matter. Why are they in a hurry? The minister has not been appointed and you want him to kickstart a project. Why are they in a hurry? If not because of their own personal interest. Why will you exclude the pioneers? We are the ones that started, we are the professionals. We have a server. If you are in Abuja in 2011, then my company is the most professionally run. We have the parking card that you don't need to, with our car parking card, you don't need anybody to come and be harassing you. Everybody knows that on the street of Abuja. Did any of them have that kind of facility? They don't. We have a server, dedicated server.
Having heard from the complainant, we visited the Transport Secretariat of the FCT to seek their side of the story. Wadata Bodinga is the Director of Traffic Management of the Federal Capital Territory Administration. Acknowledging the issue on ground, he expresses the authorities' readiness to negotiate with the aggrieved parties.
That FCT is always open to including bringing them back based on coming down to sit on the table and agree on conditions that comes up from the boss side. And we have open discussion with them before now, and the discussion for us is still on. And they are always welcome to be accommodated in this seeking, provided we agree on some of the issues that has to do with settling out of court and so many other issues that we have been discussing on. They are all aware of it. They know that there has never been a time that they come to FCTA and we close our doors to them. Our doors are always open. We want them. There are people that we enjoy working with in the past, and we are also looking forward to have them back. It's just for us to sit down and agree.
The Park and Pay policy, which is expected to start soon, is said to be rebranded to ensure it does not infringe on the rights of residents. Helen Osamede Kings, TVC News, Abuja.
All right, joining us from our Abuja studios for more insights on this is a stakeholder in the FCT Park and Pay policy, Illyasu Abdu. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me on your station.
Can you tell Nigerians, can you explain to Nigerians what is this Park and Pay policy?
Okay.
It's about and why you think you are being excluded at this time?
Okay, thank you very much. As your reporter rightly said, we are the pioneers. We started Park and Pay, the process, since 2004. It culminated with the signing of agreement and commencement of operation in 2012. While we were there, we have to engage some foreign companies to partner with us in terms of funding, technical aspects, because it has never been done in Nigeria before. So there was commitments. We never knew the government doesn't have the right to do that program. They don't have the legal rights to roll out that program. We never knew until the court now suspended the whole thing. And they gave us, as she rightly said, they gave us a suspension letter. And after the suspension letter, like a year after, we saw an advert on a newspaper telling us indirectly that indicted companies should not apply. They are re-advertising the project. We now went to meet them and said, what's this? They say, no, there is government policy, it's none of their business. So, before we know, they have given out the concession to 15 different companies. So we have no option than to approach the court, for the court to interpret our contract we have with them, the legal agreement we enter into. And the Abuja High Court saw it and said, okay, your contract is binding and subsisting, but there is an arbitration clause in it. So it advised us to go to Abuja Multi-Dot Court House, because in our agreement, it's Abuja Multi-Dot Court House, the arbitration venue. So when we won at the arbitration of 2,044,000,000 naira for the two companies. We are two companies. My company is Integrated Parking Services, and the other Platinum Parking Management. The Platinum Parking Management sold his property in UK to relocate to Nigeria for this project. So after getting the award, we went to the High Court and registered the award. We made them pay us this money so that we can settle some of our debtors, because some venture capitalists gave us money then to commence the project. They refused. So they keep on inviting us for several meetings. We have meeting upon meeting, until February, I think February the 7th of this year. The PANSEC invited us to his office, saw him by 8 p.m. in the evening. He advised us to write him a letter that were interested in coming back, because he said specifically that the minister said taking the memo to Federal Executive Council without us is injustice. That's why he's inviting us to come and write a letter to him that we're interested in working. Say, yeah, that's why we are here. If not so, we have other options, because in the agreement we have with them, the federal government have waived its national sovereignty over it, that we can go anywhere in the world to attach government property. Even if it's Nigerian warplane, warship, we have the right. It's just like the other case of this gas-associated project that they got arbitration of almost $11 billion. We have that clause in our contract too. But we don't want that. This is our country. We're not foreigners. The development of our country supersedes anything. We have also to be attaching FCTA properties. No, we don't want to do that. That's why we have been talking with them. We got this judgment 2017, and we're in 2023. So when we learned that the project has been rolled out, agreement has been signed with the two other companies, that they even don't have a contract, because that's why they didn't go to court, because they were superimposed on us then. They don't have any contract. The government was about to go in, and they just brought them from nowhere, and they started giving us trouble. They are the major cost of when we pass through that. When people are saying people are hiding under flour, people are doing this, they are the cost, because they are not professionals. They don't have any foreign partners, nothing. They just came in with the eye of making money. And this scheme is not for making money. The purpose of this scheme is orderliness. Orderliness. The aesthetic beauty of Abuja, it brought it out. And security, because then when we are doing these things, you hardly hear vandalism on the street of Abuja of vehicles or theft. But these people came in, they start moving with clamps on their shoulders, clamping cars. They are not, you can't identify who they are not wearing uniform, this is like that. Before you know, there is chaos everywhere. So when the court suspended, everybody went to sleep. But look at the same people now, they use our own documents to process the ICRC no objection certificate and allocated our own area. Like my own is Zone A. The Zone A was given to NAJEC. The other company, PPMS, is Zone B. They gave Zone B to ATB. Why? What have we done? Are we not citizens of this country? For crying loud. If we are criminal-minded, we'll have just, okay, the venture capitalists are disturbing us. They say, okay, come, let's go to London. We can seize any Nigerian asset. We say, no, we are not part of it. I won't betray my country, because it's the country that gave me opportunity. When we started the process, we had 36 companies that bidded for this project. Out of 36, 5 were shortlisted. Out of these 5, only 2 were awarded the project. So why will a country that gave me this kind of opportunity, why will I go and start attaching a warship, attaching a foreign bank account? I can't do that. And we have been talking with government every day. But now the government, the civil servant and they are about to go out. So I don't know the rush that is in the whole thing to sign this thing and say, this is a new administration. They should have just allowed it to study the whole thing first and then find a middle ground so that this project can commence without wrangling. So that was why we petitioned the president, because there was no means then. When they do this, we have no option than to president. And by the special grace of God, our petition is given a listening here. And very soon, the resident of Abuja will get to hear the full story. The issue of we coming to meet them, if we come to meet them, is master-servant relationship. These are civil servants. They know we want to work for our country. If you come to meet them, they will start giving you conditions that maybe will not be palatable to us. So we avoid this. If they wanted us to come, they have been, any time we go for a meeting, they invited us, write us officially. Yes, right, we don't need to come through the back door and meet you. Write us officially on so day, so time, so venue. We come with whoever, with all our paraphernalia. We sit down, we discuss, and it will be put in minutes of meeting, so that everybody will have, nobody will deny anything tomorrow. So these are our appeal to the FCT residents and the president, and especially the new minister that was appointed to. You should look at it still holistically and resolve this matter. We are the pioneers. We have committed resources. We have, as I said, equipment that is hanging on our neck up to tomorrow. This is 9 years now. That the money, some of these debts have not been serviced for like 7 years now. And then our lenders will now hear that we are not even inside. How can we sleep? So this is my appeal, as I said, to the president and the new minister.
So in terms of the capacity, how much can this pack and pay, in your own estimation, how much can it generate for the FCT in a year, if properly handled?
Yes, like then, when we started in 2012, A month I generate like 27 million a month. And now what you have to understand, the capacity, the volume of traffic in town has tripled. So if in 2012 you make 27 million a month, by now you should be at least, even if you don't make 100%, you should be talking about like 50 million a month. So if you have 4 companies there, you're making, FCT will be making like 200 million every month from on-street parking.
So what do you expect the new administration to do now?
Look at it, because we are in a democracy, and the government of the people by the people. They should look into the injustice that's about to make to us. We have a judgment that has not been settled, an award from a court of competent jurisdiction that FCTA has not obeyed, and now depriving us from coming back to the street. Where have we gone wrong? I didn't think as we got the judgment, we were fighting them, taking them here, jacking them here, attaching their property. They will say we're aggressive. We have never been aggressive. We've always looked for the middle ground, because we have the intention that, okay, Abuja is a bubbling city. Anybody that is patient with this thing, one day it will bear fruits. So that was why we didn't do all this things. Lawyers are there; they are ready to everybody. Our creditors are there, put mounting pressure on us. But we restrain ourselves. No, we have a vision. This is our country. We have no new country other than this one. So it's an opportunity given to us. We will never abuse it.
Okay. I want to thank you, a stakeholder in the FCT Park and Pay policy. Illyasu, Abdu, thank you for your intervention.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I know that in a very short time, Abuja is going to, be competing with Lagos in terms of, this idea. I hear figures if he's properly harnessed.
There's so much potential.
Yes.
And he's the second fastest growing city in Nigeria. The second fastest growing. It has overtaken Port Harcourt. People are going to Abuja from the north central, from the southeast, from the south.
Imagine the traffic on the weekday
People
now.
are going to Abuja.
As in,
and being centrally located is it's easy to access from all parts of the country. So it's really, the potential is big. It's really huge. And you can understand the game that is being played. How can people who are just about to leave, office, hurriedly get into this kind of transactions? If it is not meant to just...
interest.
Yes. So I'm sure that the incoming minister
of FCT
will look at this, because
to resolve.
It's better to resolve the matter rather than wait for them to go to court again.
Wale?
Yeah, I think he said something very important, that they are, they are the pioneers. So if they are the pioneers, I don't think there's any reasonable ground to have excluded them. And I believe the more, the merrier. If you just have very few companies, I don't think they will generate as much as when you have more stakeholders, especially when those who have been in that business for a very long time. We should also look at the impact on labor. If you don't involve them, a lot of people will lose their jobs, their employees. So I hope the new FCT minister, and I believe the president, will listen to their demand.
All right. As Nigerians await inauguration of ministers designate,